Okay, let's talk some more about splines. Remember, we're in the Create panel, Shapes, go to Lines. Actually, let's start with a rectangle. And these are all really just splines, but just different ways to create them. Okay, so let's go to the top view. Create a rectangle. We'll make it... Boy, I don't know if my units are set up right. Okay, here in units, if you go to customize unit setup, I usually want mine as feet with fractional inches, like that. Okay, so now it says that rectangle is, let's say it's 20 feet long, 20 feet. Well, that's really height, I guess, in this view. So we'll say 10 foot high, 20 feet wide. We'll pretend like this is a wall for a building again. Now, if you select that rectangle, then here, this is an important button. Start New Shape is checked. We actually want to add to this shape, so let's uncheck that. Then if we draw another rectangle, you can see it's all still selected because it's all the same shape. Now you can do... Okay, now let's just go into modify this rectangle, and again you have sub-object mode here. So there's vertices. Vertices are just the points. Now you can see that it kind of bends funny as you move it. And if you're familiar with 3D, you know what's going on here, but if you're not, then let me explain. Each corner can be, if you select a vertice and right click on it, it can be either a Bezier corner, a corner, or a smooth. Smooth is going to look like that. I rarely ever use those. Corners is sharp like this. Bezier is like this, and you can see how the curve follows, continues at the same angle as it goes through the point. If it's a Bezier corner, then you can break the Bezier right at the point and make a different angle on each side. So we want that to be a corner. And in architecture, I oftentimes select all these and make them into corners. Now, the thing I was going to show you is we can select vertices, we can select segments, which is just that, or we can select the entire spline, which is that. So any continuous segments we'll all select together. The example I want to show you here is if we select this little rectangle here, we'll pretend it's a window. And if you hold down Shift and drag it, it will just add more windows. And we can add a fourth one here like this, and I'm just kind of winging it right now, but this is kind of how you could use splines to create a wall of a house or a building. Now say we had this chunk deleted for some reason. One tool that's useful, the hotkey for me is Shift-N. You could set it up as that too. But the command in here is connect. If you take two vertices, drag from one to the other, then it connects them. That's going to be an important tool moving forward. Let me show you some other tricks here. M is a hotkey for me. You can set it up that way as well, but the command that it does is refine, and that'll just add a new vertice wherever you click. So now if you want to move that, I guess I should actually explain gizmos at this time too, and I should probably turn mine on. So when you first start Max, it's probably best to use these gizmos. So when you're moving things, if you select up here near the Y, it'll only move in the Y direction. If you select here near the X, it'll only move in the X direction. And if you select here in this box, it'll move in either direction. X is the hotkey to turn those on and off. I actually use hotkeys to tell it which direction to move in as well, but that might be a little advanced for beginners. So maybe I'll just leave this gizmo on as I move forward. That will help you to know which direction you're moving something in. Let's just delete those two vertices by selecting them and hitting delete. And delete this guy too. And like I was showing you in the last video, if you take this and hit Control V and copy the whole spline, you now have a copy of it. Now if I delete the outside spline and then turn these splines into an object somehow, you'll see if I put an extrude on it, it'll extrude just those 4 boxes. If I extrude this one, it will extrude everything but the 4 boxes. So you see how if you connect splines so that they create a solid shape, then you can extrude them and turn them into a solid object. So actually, if I took this off and put it just as a flat plane, I could have those as my little windows. Very simple windows, and I'll show you how to enhance that kind of thing later as we move on and start our first project. But that's some basic stuff about splines.